we'll just start new game. Hey, everyone can have big brain moments every now and then. Oh my gosh, the loading screen. We can adjust the audio if needed to.
The plane that crashed last night just outside of Pittsburgh is now known to have been the private jet of the Roottrees Corporation. Local aviation authorities have speculated, based on the pilot's final communication, that the winter storm
How does it sound?
and
Is
heavy
it
winds played
loud,
a
quiet,
significant
good?
role in the crash. On board were multiple family members, including corporate president Carl Roottrees and his daughters, the Roottrees sisters, best known for their fashion lines and modeling careers. There were no survivors.
Sounds good? Sweet.
Again, for those of you just joining us, the Roottrees are dead.
They all dead. Hello.
I know it's late, but I'm guessing you've seen the news. In addition to dealing with the grief, the Roottrees company's lawyers are scrambling. Everything's about to change. Anyone proven to be a blood relative is about to
Mystery
get
Comics.
much richer. I'm here to ensure everyone is accounted for. I've heard you're an expert at sorting out complicated family trees.
Oh yeah, we'll
A
figure it out.
genealogy genie, as it were. I'm going to give you a quick test. Pass, and I can promise you the job of a lifetime.
She's a little quieter. Is she still okay for sound-wise? The nice jazzy music is fantastic. Sleuth! Okay, examine my evidence, search the internet for clues, fill in the names, fill in the occupations, fill in the photos. Okay. So someone is married. We've got a board, we've got evidence. The person who hired you gave you this photo with a note attached. This was taken during the shoot for the Roottrees Sisters Got Milk ad. I've tracked down a test photo from before they painted the fake mustaches on, which I thought could be more appropriate considering the circumstances. The ad's copy reads, "You might recognize our faces from the magazine you're reading, or you might recognize our name from the candy bar you're eating. Being a Roottree is a full-time job, but so is growing up. That's why the calcium found in milk is so important, plus you can't make chocolate without it." Ooh. It got milk. She was good too. Sweet. And then we've got a list of names. That'll be handy. And then, yeah, this is what I've seen, is that we actually, like, search the internet in the game. I should have looked at this welcome. Cashew PC. Oh, spider search. Internet detectives. Okay. I want to click through everything else real quick. So we've got our board, we've got a computer, we've got door. Mystery Comics. How do I get out? Okay, that's our evidence. Welcome to your notepad. On each page, other than this one, you can jot down important information such as names, family relations, marital status, sibling count. Okay. Oh, and it tells you who's what, like how they're classifying everything. That's nice. No Wikipedia. Maybe they have something other than Wikipedia in this game. Okay, rubber ducky is hint. Oh, that's cool. And then think we're probably fine here. Return to game. Add page. Okay. So what are we looking for? We are looking for the sisters. The siblings. Okay. Oh, and then we pull from here. That makes sense. Let's get Googling. So, the Roottrees sisters. A lot of obituaries that focus on them. Raina is the most famous. She's the oldest and got married to TMS, but Riley is the smart one. Rose is a middle child like me. Okay. So can I pull this up at the same time? Huge. Raina, oldest. Married to TMS. Riley, youngest. Rose, middle. This is cool. And if there's anything where, like, you think that maybe I should look something up, just shout it out and we can try and figure out things together. Okay, so we've got oldest to youngest. Oh, we need their occupations too. Middle was Riley. And then Rose. Oh. Okay. Rose doesn't exist. Do we have like a T? Maybe some, that's the initials, TMS. So probably Thomas Sheridan. Ooh, puzzling time. Yes, you're more than welcome to puzzle. Riley is youngest? Oh yeah, you're right. You're so right. I even wrote that, didn't I? This was probably Thomas, if we had to guess. Yeah, let's look up Rose. Okay, is not as popular as her older sister Raina, but still very well known. Most of the time they're lumped together as the Roottrees sisters. Unfortunately, the results for Rose by herself don't lead to anything different than when searching for the sisters together. Interesting. Yeah, we can Google TMS. Let's see what we had for the actual name. Thomas Sheridan. Yeah, TMS is a common abbreviation for early 90s teen heartthrob Tommy Mac Sheridan. His first credited role as Thomas Sheridan was on soap opera called Time Marches Onward. He skyrocketed to popularity after starring role in the sitcom Brother Trouble. Since the end of Brother Trouble, he has often been on the cover of tabloids for his supposed drug use, and more recently, his relationship with Raina Roottrees. After a short engagement, they were married in 1997, when she was only 19 and he was 23. Damn. That sounds kind of illegal. Okay. We also need to know the girls' occupations, so maybe let's... job. Roottrees. I don't think I spelled her name right. We also didn't read that full entry. Okay. You might think they're rich just because they're models, but their dad was also the president of the candy company. and their mom Brenda is a fashion designer. So they do modeling for the brand Root. Are they all models then? I eat Root Tree candy all the time. My favorite are maple crisps. Ooh, we could look up the brand. They're always rich. I think we're trying to, like, my understanding is the premise of this game is we're trying to figure out who their inheritance goes to. Oh, Rose has her ears pierced. Brewing coffee, unsure how how your 6 a.m. brain will be for puzzling. That's fine. The more the merrier, you know? Okay, so let's assume that they're all models. You'll lock in. So this has to be Rose, since she's got her ears pierced. Oh, do we have to... Click on the faces in your evidence tab. Oh, that's cool. We'll put them all as models for now. We don't know her actual name. Who do we have for Roottrees? We've got Candy, Carl, Carly. Oh man, we've got a ton of Roottrees. Cat's locked in. Oh yeah. Let's look up their fashion brand. The period is part of the name. Oh, okay. That's good to know. They make clothes from children, toddlers, teenagers. Okay. Still uses Rose. Yeah, I'm wondering maybe Rose is the nickname. Oh, wait. It seems that Brenda Roottree, the Roottree sister's mother, and Root's head designer appeared on one cover holding her daughter Rose in 1985. The site says this was the only time her daughter was ever listed with her birth name Carly Roottree. Carly Roottree. Interesting. Okay, so now I gotta figure out what the others look like. Oh, she's got a ring on, so she's gotta be the one that's married. Okay, let's see, did we do it? We did it! Hell yeah. This is cool. We're detectivizing. Booyah! Woohoo! Did we do it? Did we get the job?
Sorry to test you, but I had to be sure you could use the internet. Some folks refuse to get with the times. Safe to say, you're hired. The reward for untangling the family tree is substantial. Life-changing, even. But here's the catch.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Roottrees go way, way back. The family tree's a bit daunting. Most people freak out the first time they see the whole thing. But I'm sure you'll be fine.
Oh, we'll get it easy
The man who started
peasy,
it was
right?
particular about whom he considered family. For your purposes, you only need his direct blood relatives.
Okay.
Anyone related only by marriage is optional, but filling them in can lead to useful discoveries. Lastly, you now have access to some unique websites, plus a list
Ooh.
of notable Roottrees. Notable people are easy to find via your search engine, and marked with stars on the family tree. I'm off for now. Carl Roottree had a lot in his office. I'll look for anything useful. I'll return once you identify 6 more blood relatives.
Probably just didn't want to have to make a face. Holy shit, look at that board. Oh, more?
Sorry, one last thing. This might sound odd, but if anyone else claiming to represent the Roottrees reaches out, I'd appreciate you not mentioning I was here.
Ooh,
Thank you.
okay.
And good luck.
Oh my god, there's so many. I'm excited. Sleuth. Okay. Before the person who hired you returns, every time you get 3 additional blood relatives, the family tree completely correct, name, occupation, and portrait, they will be locked in. All non-blood relatives and small portraits are optional, but placing them in the tree helps remove extra names and photos. Top secret. You can open this envelope after the whole family tree has been filled in. It has 2 names that must be typed in manually. The clues are obscure, have been intentionally placed hidden in the past, and may even require some leaps in logic. Try to keep an eye out for any inconsistencies. Okay, so that's split up. Okay, so we need their parents. We could do that. Damn, yeah. Insane. This is so cool. And we got some more evidence. Carl Roottrees, that's their dad, right? We put him in. Elias and Gwyneth, they were at the top. So we know they're probably the first in the lineage. Okay. This is an advertisement for 5 pieces aimed at kids from the magazine Teen Blast. It mentions that the 5 pieces were named as such because the original creator had 5 children. Oh. The ad also mentions the current 5 flavors were not the same as back then. Gotcha. The game really said tutorial's over. It's a little overwhelming, but we'll just do one at a time. Okay, the story so far. The Roottrees sisters and their parents died in a plane crash on December 6, 1998. The next evening, a shadowy figure appeared at your door and said the lawyers were looking to sort out the family tree. After a quick test, the figure gave you access to some resources. This included a list of notable Roottrees, who they said would be the easiest family members to place. They said they would return the time it took to fill out 6 more blood relatives. Okay. What do we have up here? Story items, photos. Okay, gotcha. So we can filter. Let's go back to the board. So this is probably Carl. I gotta put on caps locks. And then if we go back to the web and we look up the root fashion, Brenda Roottrees. Let's try that. Oh, we need her maiden name. White. Let's look up Carl, shall we? Yep, died. He was the president of the Roottree Candy Company, as well as the clothing company Root, which he co-founded with his wife. The entire Roottrees family's in shock. Okay, this is about them passing. They go on to list some of those accomplishments. One of them seems relevant to your search. Like his great-grandfather before him, Carl earned the highly prestigious Watchman of the Year title. Okay, let's note that down. Okay, we'll just put this tutorial. Carl. Watchman of the Year. Rape. also had. Candy company. What that title means. Which title? Oh wait, we also have more things that we can look up. Oh, this is crazy. Okay, in the public library. So what do we have as occupations? Oh, Watchman of the Year? Yeah, I don't know. We could look that up too. I can type. Ah, we got a new periodical. Okay. Business Watch magazine is a magazine focused on companies, CEOs, and economy. They've been around for over 100 years in one form or another, and will often write about major changes in management at famous companies. Every year they offer an award to a prominent businessman who has furthered the field. They call this Watchman of the Year. You find through a few searches that 2 Roottrees have been featured as Watchmen of the Year. Elias Roottree and Carl Roottree. No online archives. Okay, so we can come here and we could do Carl. Oh. Okay, and then it gives us evidence. Cool. Okay, Carl Roottrees was voted Watchman of the Year in 1987. Corporate leaders. Before they were married, Carl's wife Brenda was a fashion consultant. When Raina was born, Brenda retired to become a stay-at-home mother. Looking for a creative outlet, she spent any free time she had at the sewing machine. Raina's new clothes were a hit with other parents, including Carl's cousin, Jim Roottrees. Carl's cousin. Who was a notable singer. And had a younger daughter around the same time as Raina. Word spread. Cool. Oh my gosh, there's like insane second cousin. Ernie Jr., which means there's an Ernie Sr. Who had just become president of the Roottrees at the time. Okay, so he was at one point president. So we gotta order them, it looks like. And spearhead for Root. So I wonder if we come back to this board. He's probably the last president. Oh wait, we have to click his face. Click his face! Does it automatically give it to us? So snazzy, yeah. Surnames from birth, even if the person changed their last name after marriage. Most recent occupation. So, I wonder when it, like, tells me if things are... CEO and president aren't the same thing. Yes, correct. If we come up here... He must have been president at some time. He was probably the founder CEO. Maybe he is CEO. Yeah. Let's look at that evidence again. So he had the candy company, but he also did part for the Root company. I wonder if it matters what we're looking for. Oh my gosh. Yeah, president of the Roottrees Candy Company, as well as the clothing company Root. So he was president for both. Carla and Brenda, the... Yep. Let's look up the candy company presidents, maybe. That'll give us something. For reasons that aren't explained on the page, it has no CEO and no stockholders. Instead, it is run by a president with input and votes from extended family. The site does mention that every president has been a direct descendant of Elias and Gwyneth, including Carl Roottrees, who, despite his death, is listed as the current president. So I would think he's like the most recent president, right? But maybe they already selected someone after him. So maybe he's actually the fourth. Most recent occupation, does deceased count? Yeah, we could Google current president. See if it gives us anything. I wonder if it's like that's too specific. Yeah. Let's come back to the board. It said that he's still listed as the current? Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, that's so nice. Are you kidding me? That's so cool. Current president. Let's come up here. So we obviously already know their names. Oh. He's got to be the original. So we need her maiden name. She's not going to be a Rootree. We can look her up. And we could also look up Elias in the periodical. Look at him, so snazzy with the top hat. 1936. Elias Roottree was voted Watchman of the Year by Business Watch in 1936, and a painting of him appears on the cover. The magazine says he was voted Watchman of the Year specifically to recognize the global rollout of 5 pieces. Okay. So, formed the company. First daughter, first of 5. Then invented the 5 pieces. Each of the 5 flavors is chosen based on the initials of his 5 children, 1 flavor per child. That makes sense. First sold in some Pittsburgh markets, then all of New England. Yeah, great-grandpa. So let's put his picture in. And then let's on here. Founder and first president of the Roottrees Candy Company. You find what is essentially a propaganda site about him created by the Roottrees Candy Company. At the top, there is a picture of him and his wife, Gwyneth. That picture has been added to your evidence. I wonder if I have to get, like, 3 more Roottrees candidates in and then it, like, finalizes them. I don't know when it finalizes what they are, if that makes sense. Ooh, a book. Let's copy that because we've got the library. I don't even know what to call that thing at this point. Yeah, like his great-grandson, Carl, voted Watchman of the Year. Let's look at that photo that we got. Maybe let's put these as their portraits. We don't know her surname. We don't know her occupation. Let's look her up. I don't know how to spell her name. With a Y. Oh my god, that's a weird spelling. What was it? Y-N-E-T-H? First Anderson Maple Farm. That was what they did initially. Gwyneth Anderson. Oh, that makes sense. No brothers, so as the oldest sister, she was to inherit the Anderson Maple Farm as long as she married. The farm produced only maple, yeah, and then they used that for their candy. So she was... Does that count as farmer? Not driver. Oh yeah, I need 3 more correct blood relatives before they will lock in. Okay, so we do need to have 3 before they lock in. So I'm feeling confident with this. We're feeling probably good with this too because her name was Brenda and that's the only Brenda in there. I think we just have her occupation wrong. According to their website, there are still daily demonstration and educational tours that show off many of the turn-of-the-century appliances that Gwyneth would have used as a housewife. Let's try housewife. Ah, that did it! Okay, we're getting there. Yay, okay. I'm feeling good about this now. I understand. And we can put his other photo in here. Cool. So now if we come out, she should be at the door. Or did she need 6 more? Like at 9 she'll come back. Okay, so they had 5 kids. And it's gonna be oldest to youngest. None of them are starred. Okay. Let's look at, if we go to our evidence, the notable root trees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gwyn, Red, Jim. Oh wait, we got Jim. Jim was his cousin. Yeah, cousin and singer. So cousin would be this one then. We don't have his face. Right, Jim? Ooh, maybe Jim's not his actual name. Does artist count for singer? Musician. Probably. Okay, let's look up Jim. Singer who sings in the duo Jim and Diamond with his wife Diamond LaRue. Cool. Diamond LaRue. One hit wonder. So we have the song. Plays guitar. We could look up Jim and Diamond as well. Diamond is considered by fans to be the band's lead singer. The band had never had another hit, but it has its fans who refer to themselves as Diamond's Dazzlers. The rest of their music is more folksy and acoustic than the one song they were known for. Cherry Tree, Sounds of Laughter. Jim has become a bit of a recluse and hasn't made a public appearance since 1996. Damn. Oh, they look cool. Oh, it gives you all the lyrics and everything? Okay, we'll get through that soon. Let's put them in here. So Jim was cousin, which seems like it'd be this. But why does this have a box around it? Was there a throuple? A throuple situation going on? We really don't have a gym in there. That's crazy. Okay. The image is from an auction for a sealed copy. It has a sticker that says only the great-grandson of Elias Roottrees could make disco this sweet. It is credited to Peter Janowski from MMM. Let's look up Jim and Diamond. Maybe that'll give us his real name. It pulls up the same thing. Look up Diamond Dazzler. One reply mentions that Jim and Diamond still send out Christmas card every year, accompanied by some pictures as well as some history about the fan club. Okay. Amongst the pictures of Christmas cards from over the years, only one is relevant. The card from 1996 includes pictures of Jim and Diamond's young son, Wolf, as well as a note about his daughter's band, the Fluzzies. Fluzes. So we have more of... So that's their son. Oh, you're back? Nice. We figured it out. Apparently every time we get 3, they will lock in. And so he was the 5th president. And then we got the founders of the candy company. So now we're trying to get Jim because we know Jim is Carl's cousin and he's also a star character. But Jim doesn't come up in the list and haven't figured out what his actual name is. We do know he has a son named Wolf though. Which is this guy. A baby. That's what I thought, but there's no, like, Jim-sounding names. Maybe Jack? James, maybe? Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. So, this is the name of their fan club, the Diamonds Dazzlers. They're in a... Him and his wife Diamond are in a band together. And that's how we found out about his son. And then his daughter is a part of the Floozies. So his daughter's actually the older one. We'll need to switch them, actually. Baby is an occupation. Is there just like kid? Jim real name. I don't think it'll just give it to us. Oh, okay. I'm assuming K through 12 because they said young son. And then we know his daughter's also a musician. Let's look at the Floozies. That was her band. Beef Baby? All-female punk band operating out of New York City. They're mentioned in passing in an online review from earlier this year. They were the opening act for the band the reviewer actually came to see. The reviewer writes that she normally doesn't review the opening act, but this one was unusual. Not because the music, which she described as loud, fast, and repetitive, but not in a good way. Trio. Rumored to be children of other famous musicians and didn't want that to be why they became popular. The reviewer said that although she bought a copy, she would be unlikely to ever listen to any of it again, except maybe Beef Baby, the 7th track. Candy, Nikki, Nina. And then if we come back... Okay, it doesn't say anything about what she plays. Candy, Nikki, Nina. I want the... There is a candy root tree. Nicole... Let's assume she's Candy. You're gonna call yourself Salad? Okay, but we need 3 of the stars, I believe, right? Yeah, blood relatives for it to lock in. Still don't know his name. Maybe let's look up his wife, Diamond LaRue. I can't just backspace or whatever, it deletes the whole thing. There we go. Some basic liner notes exist on Jim Roottrees fan page. It states that the lyrics and guitar are credit to Jim Roottrees. We did have lyrics in the evidence. Yeah, I'm so confused about Jim, especially... Oh, I did save a book. Oh, that's book name, not author. Oh, I need both. Maybe we can. There says there's no downloadable version. Maybe we can like order something, maybe? I don't know. Faded over time due to lack of interest. She's dead, so we can't reach out to her. It's fine. Oh, let's look at what a second cousin is in that thing. Because we did distant cousins, people that share the same great-grandparents but not the same grandparents. Because we got, pull this up again. Second cousin Ernie Jr., who was also president of the Roottrees at some point. I don't know if he's notable, though. Probably. So that would mean... Oh, I guess not. So he'd have to be like one of these somewhere out here. We can't really work our way back from that yet. Maybe we could figure out his parents. One person or concept at a time, that's tough. It really is 1998, yeah. Intuition. At the start of your search, the notables list sets off alarm bells, a list of famous people that you can find via search engine. Maybe let's search up some of these other people in this list. Kind of want to know what the candy tasted like. Yeah, I'm sure it was good. Let's look up Gwen Roottrees. Gwen was the great-granddaughter, or was the granddaughter of Elias Roottrees, the founder of... Okay. She shouldn't have been named Roottrees, but her father took her mother's famous name. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. She was an actor, an actress. So granddaughter. So she could be any one of these with the star. So 1, 2, 3. I kind of wish these were always like guy girl for the married, or girl guy. But that would give too much away, I guess. Yeah, we have already Googled him. I don't remember seeing him there. Let's look at what popped up when... So when we Googled Carl, it was just Elias that had popped up. Let's look at the Roottrees Candy Company again, I guess. We could look up 5 pieces, actually. Maybe that'll give us the names of the kids. Small, colorful, shell-coated maple candies. Pressed into the shape of a maple leaf. History of print advertising website that claims to have 5 pieces advertisement scanned from a book called The Sweet History of Candy, Volume 2 by Charles Lee. All their image links are broken. So what happens if I search that? Nothing. What happens if I come here? Well, Volume 2 suggests a Volume 1. This is part of a book series about all things candy in the modern world. It starts in 1925 and continues onward to chronicle the rise of mass production and global distribution. The book ends with a look into the future of candy as envisioned by experts in 1985. With the addition of hindsight, you can clearly see they got pretty much everything wrong. It includes some print advertisements. You find a newspaper ad. Okay. Zero points. Flavors are inspired by their children. Okay, so this is important because the initials are the initials of the kids. Oops. So we've got G. Oh, I wanted to like E, C, M, M, and MB. Yeah, oldest to youngest, that's what I'm thinking too. So if we bring up that list of all the names... and we go to they're all gonna be Roottrees. So we know Gwen is granddaughter, not kid, so maybe it's Gwendolyn. I just put CM because that's what it said on the ad. I'll pull that back up. This, oh wait, CE, sorry, not CM, you're right. I was thinking M, that was afterwards, CE. Pressing the wrong things. E. There's no E, is there? Oh wait, it might be a guy. Forgot they were separated. Oh, we've got quite a few. It could be Elias Jr. Oh, CE, Clancy Edward. Let's assume Elias Jr. here. Okay, M and then MB. Well, actually, let me pull up this. Is Miracle Berry? I feel like that's probably Miracle. And then Melon's probably... If I can press the right things. The Miracle's probably Miracle. Possibly. We can at least put names in. Okay, oldest to youngest. Oops. They're all Roottrees. Keep pressing the photos, not the names. Okay, that feels pretty good. Gwendolyn with that old ass name has to be first, yeah. Okay, so Miracle's a guy. That's a girl. So this might actually be... That might be it. Nancy Edward. So this might be... her. It is! Yes! Nice. Huge. Ooh, yeah. More info?
You're on a roll. I'll try to keep that momentum going. Carl's office was a mess, thanks to some burst pipes.
Shadow Lady, yeah. She's kind of sketchy.
But I unearthed a photo from a
Ooh.
1970s Roottrees reunion.
Nice.
I also found some important-looking papers. You've traced 9 blood relatives so far. I'll have more to share after you find 9 more.
Okay, so we need 18 total. Let's look at what we got. Vote for Stephanie Jones for City Council. Better for Butler County. This was left buried under a ton of other mail that Carl left in his inbox. It had a handwritten note attached that seemed personal. It is a flyer about a candidate for local office, Stephanie Jones. On the back is an excerpt from a newspaper article from Butler County Times about her campaign. Stephanie may have grown up in an unconventional family, to say the least, but in her words, it was still full of love. And now, 22 years later, with a baby of her own, due around Christmas, her message for voters is simply love. Oh, love is our future. Handwritten notes. Carl, I know we don't see eye to eye when it comes to the candy company, but if you could talk to your girls about putting out a statement supporting Stephanie, she could use the publicity your daughters bring. Don't let her conflict spread to the next generation. So Stephanie's probably a Roottrees. Watch her be a relative. Maybe. Get all the faces. Film school. Here's a bonus. When I pulled the water damage picture of the free spirits out of the frame, this fell out too. Written on the back of the photos is, couldn't make the reunion, wishing you well from Paris, Gwen and the boys. So maybe, does she have kids? Those are her kids? Tucked inside an envelope with a letter beneath a candle in the corner of his office. To Carl and Brenda, I'm sorry you were unable to attend the funeral. It's traditional to have it as soon as possible, and Ernie, more than anyone else on Earth, knew how busy your job can be. I've enclosed a Shiva candle identical to ours if you'd like to pay your respects, though it is not expected for those outside of the faith to do so. Ernie was a man full of love, not only for his family, but for his family's legacy. He had an immense amount of pride for the work you three did together, as well as how Carl has carried on for him after taking over. Okay, so Ernie was the president before Carl and has since passed. Much love, Debbie. So Debbie's probably his wife. So that might be Ernie's wife and kid. Oh my god. That's so many people. Oh man. This photo has a note attached from your employer. Every 20 or so years, the Roottrees would hold a big reunion and recreate an old family photo. This is the one from the 70s. Carl's the teenager in the middle, so this guy. Sorry about the water damage, a pipe burst in Carl's office. Childish print writing, it says November. There are also a large number of cursive signatures they include. Bonnie, the next president guy Hudson, Ernie Jr., Caroline, Gwyneth M., Gwendolyn, Miracle Jr., Jim Roottrees, Clark Carl, and Eli M. Dang. Okay. So we have another photo. Put that in. We have his other photo. Okay, this is just more. Yeah, lots of new faces. A little overwhelming, but that's okay. So we know she had 2 boys. He trusted us. She had 2 boys, which were Him and him. And she was married at some point and they split. Like He-Man. They do a little bit, don't they? We still don't know Jim's name. Goodness. She had another photo. You loved watching He-Man and Shura? I have never seen any of that. I'm aware of who He-Man is, and that's about it. Okay. So if we come back to this list, maybe we start with red Roottrees. Just keep going down the line to try and figure stuff out. Ooh. Aloysius Herring Roottrees, aka Red, was an important judge and politician who earned his nickname ironically because he was the ambassador to Ireland for only about 6 days. He served what some people contend is the shortest term in history. A few days after he was appointed, he was heard disparaging his position in the Irish people. He then tried to run for state senate. He claimed to be related to Roottrees Candy Company in a newspaper ad, but it came out that the last name was merely a coincidence, and he was defeated in a landslide. 6 days, long enough, yeah. So merely a coincidence that his last name is Roottrees. So he's someone with a star. Uh-oh. So who do we have with stars left? We've got this guy. We only have 2 stars left? I guess 3 because we haven't found Jim. How many names do we have? Okay, so actually he's quite literally a red herring and isn't on the tree. So we have Lauren and Miracle Jr. So Miracle Jr. is obviously Miracle's kid. And then Miracle the Third's gotta be his kid. Televangelist, who is part of the Miracle Network. He used to have a show that aired on local access across many stations in the northeastern United States. Clergy Watch. This is crazy. Charged with conspiracy to defraud the public in 1979 when he claimed to heal someone in a wheelchair. A news expose revealed it was his wife, Edith's sister, in disguise. So Edith is his wife. Edith had a bit of a checkered past herself, but doesn't clarify. Yeah, televangelist. Kind of cringe. Since lost his television show and instead goes on tour across southern United States where he was not well known before the scandal. Let's look at Miracle Network. Actually, Edith. Let's put her in. What would you call his occupation? Yeah, no kidding. News anchor, politics, preacher maybe? Miracle Rootree arrived so late. Oh wait, so this is Miracle. Production company run by the Miracle Rootree estate. It is quite bare bones, but has the following blurbs. Witness the testimonies of the Miracle's Rootree. Arrived so late in his mother's life that doctors swore he wouldn't survive his first year. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, called him or named him Miracle because they thought him impossible. He was younger than his brothers and sisters by over 14 years. Damn. So Gwyneth is his mother's name. His mother and father, Elias and Gwyneth, named him. Yep, okay. With a birth that late, the final child of his generation was nearly torn apart by countless health problems, but still with the power of God on his side, he persevered. He triumphed over these complications and even regained sight to spread the healing word of the Almighty. 23 later, his Miracle Rootree Jr. arrived and became the famous family's second vessel for the higher power. At 18, he unburdened himself from the Rootree name and took his father's testimony to a whole new level. Via the power of television, Miracle Rootree spread the gospel across the entirety of New England. He has since left the life of glamour and glitz behind to reach those places that need it most. Yeah, this is crazy. The power of the Lord is coming to a town near you. Okay, so now we have the... So this is Miracle Jr. Miracle the Third. Oh my god. That's insane. He's also a preacher, they in that article, right? With your pastor. So he must have also been a preacher then. If he started this whole thing. That's insane. They had another kid though. I don't think it talks about that. And then I also wanted to look up Clergy Watch. It's the same thing. Maybe there's a little bit more in here. Yeah, good money. I don't know. A production company. Maybe he's not. He's like a part of the production company. This is insane. Okay, so we're pretty confident about this. Now we gotta figure out who... This is the last star person that we have. So Lauren. She was an author, distant relative of the Roottrees sisters. A life between wars. Her married name is Lauren Raftery, so we could find her spouse that way. Oh, there's a lot. Oh. Where's Diamond? LaRue. Interesting. Okay. Not a scammer at last. Yeah, she's got a respectable job. Released a few romance novels under her married name. When her publisher learned she had been keeping diaries about her famous family, they insisted she release them under her original name, Lauren Roottree, to take advantage of her family's notoriety. Oh man. There's a ton here. Book Talk might want to know about her. Yes. Oh my god, Book Talk. Book Talk's a crazy place. Okay. The life between wars spans from the untimely death. I should highlight all of her books. Okay, that's the same. Untimely death of her husband in World War II. All you know about Book Talk is some of the drama. Yeah, I'm not in on like half the things that go on Book Talk, but I was seeing a lot of those videos for a while. And it's always so weird because they're like obsessed with books that came out in like the mid 2010s, and I'm like, I read this shit while I was in middle school. Like, get with the times, guys. Let's read some things that are currently coming out. Like, I want book recommendations, not things that I read when I was a teenager. Yeah, let's read something current. Which, don't get me wrong, they're good books. Like, all the Sarah J. Maas and everything. Like, I've got all of them on my bookshelf over there, but, like, I want some recommendations, and they just... Here's things that I've... Oh, Warrior Cats, yeah. Those are good. Let's see. Romance in Court. They re-released her romance novels. Followed releasing 2 sequels. Court Gesture series. She's listed as retired. So do I put that instead of author, actually? No, it's not. That's not an option. We somehow need her face. Maybe we can look up her... this name? It comes up with the same stuff. You mostly read comics nowadays? Nice. I have a hard time with comics because I tend to like just flip through them and I'm not actually taking in anything. I wish I could do it. Like I don't... Oh, it's upsetting. Like I want to be able to read stuff like that, but I just like... For some reason it doesn't stick. Yeah. It's like that and like manga. Like I want to be able to get into it and I just... It doesn't stick for some reason, and it's... Like, I get upset with myself about it. Maybe let's look up her book, A Life Between Wars. Ooh, jackpot. Jackpot. There we go. It's taught in schools. Damn. Getting a shit ton of prints. If the first issue doesn't fully grip you, you don't bother with it. Gotcha. That makes sense. Got 7 things. At least that's what it said. 7 items. Oh, that's her face. Her son, Clark. Jacob and Clark. Okay. I know I'm going back and forth a lot. Oh. Oh, blood relatives, not the stars. That makes sense. Oh yeah. Booyah. I wanted to put in his face and everything too. He was this one. Jacob. Raftery. Clark was their son. Okay, so their son got married, split, got married again, and then they split, and then got married a 3rd time. You thought this was Clark's picture? It might be. Let's go back to the thing. I just kind of assumed that it was them together. Her husband, Jacob. Wish, blah, blah, blah. Raised Clark alone. Yeah, they look the same age. Her mother's family was called the Costels, but she hardly ever mentions them. Oh, that's big data. Costel. Her father was always refers to as Pop, was the head lawyer for the Roottrees Candy Company. Helped write a legal document called the Clanced Trust. I want to add to that. Father. Here. It's clear from context that the Roottrees have internal shorthand names for the different generations of their family. Lauren uses them often. 5 pieces, the next generation, and then the free spirits. Oh my god, there's pages to this? How many more have pages? Oh wait, does this play it? Cool. How many more things did I miss? Oh wait, I can just go like this. Okay, just this. Oh my god. Okay. This is much. We'll get through all this at some point. Okay, let's look at this real quick. This might be Clark. Oh, this is the 5 pieces. Oh, so this is Miracle. Oh, huge. Picture was famous in our house. Pop even had it framed. That's him on the left. Oh my god, this is insane. Pop. Pop, pop, pop. Where's Lauren? Pop. That's him on the left. You. You. He was a lawyer. He was a... I don't really understand what he was. Maybe he was... I'll put him as preacher for now. Back here. Yeah, he was blind and then got his sight back. Oh, wait, we'll come back to that. Was taken in 1935 to celebrate the move to the new warehouse that Eli Jr. designed. Angie and I both wanted to be in the photo since Miracle was in it, and the three of us were all about the same age. We were told only the 5 pieces, which really didn't go over well, to say the least. Eventually, I suppose to stop the tantrums, they posed us in front of the camera with Mr. Morden, who was there with Aunt Gwendolyn. Found out years later that they never even took a second photo. Okay. Let's look at what we have here. Gwendolyn. She looks like she might be older than her. Eli Jr. Has to be this guy. So they might be flopped, these girls. I'll put them as nothing for now. But then we have the photo of all of these people, too. Okay. This one, I think. At least it looks like this might be them. Yeah, the next generation. Okay, an attempt to recapture the spirit of 5-piece photo with our generation. For old time's sake, we gathered on the warehouse floor. I wanted Eli to stand all the way on the left, since, to me, he looked a lot like Pop did in the old one. So that's Eli. Right? Oh wait, but I was outvoted by my brothers. They insisted the 4 of us stand together, so we clumped up in the middle and let everyone filter in behind and in front of us. The only one too good to make an appearance was Gwen. But then she sent that photo with her boys, saying that sorry she couldn't be there. Grandma insisted we include Sam even if we didn't want to. None of us understood why, including Sam. I also didn't think it fair Miracle made it in, since he's technically a 5-piece. This is Miracle, maybe? Or this is Miracle? My inner child still holds a grudge even after all these years. Yeah, that's probably Miracle. Handpick drama, yeah. We don't even know who those people are. It's obviously not all of them. But they said Gwen was the only one who didn't make it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus 10. How many are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So they're missing an additional person besides Gwen. Is this Sam? Or maybe that's actually Miracle Jr. Okay, so blood relatives, how many do we have locked in? Well, not locked in, but like ready to go. We've got 1, maybe 2, so maybe if we get a third. Oh, let's look at that photo. I think he's a college student. Film school. Oh, we don't know his name, though. Still so confused about Jim. Does James turn to Jim? It does. Oh my god. Dang. Good find.
You're listening to WRT.
Easy.
It's time for your headlines. Once an hour, every hour, on the 45. It's a bizarre development to an already tragic tale. In the wake of the accident that took his life, some of Carl Roottree's belongings have apparently gone missing. Most notably, a framed photo of the Rootree family from the mid-1970s that Carl had on his office wall.
I'm wondering if we're not supposed to have any of this.
About who would do such a thing and why. For that article, search online for WRTD News. Again, that's WRTD.
WRTD News. WRTD News. Yeah, I think she's sus too. Local news investigative jazz radio station. During their news segments, at 45 minutes on the hour, they have been talking about the plane crash. The most recent hour, they also talked about a picture taken from Carl's office after the plane crash, and promised an interview online with a psychologist. During the interview, it is revealed there wasn't a break-in. Instead, someone with a key to the office took the picture after discovering the pipes burst due to the recent storm. This means it was likely someone close to the family, who was aware of the photo's history and wanted to save it. The psychologist, however, also goes on to posit the culprit had an alternative agenda, specifically because nobody in the family has come forward to say they have it in their possession. A comment below, the article says, "Don't believe their lies, this is just another instance of the Rootree curse being real. True thing. I bet you Carl was murdered and the picture had evidence on it." Oh, Rootree curse. Oh my goodness. Blah 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 blah. Important update with Carl and Brenda and their girls. That makes 5 new deaths. Not only that, but 3 of the 5 presidents of the Rootree company have died mysteriously. They say Guy's car was hit by a drunk driver in 1982, but nobody was arrested. Then Ernie Madison Jr. stepped down. Was he poisoned? Now just this week, Carl died in a plane crash. This can't be a coincidence. There's another entry that claims if you connect the dots in the pattern of the 5 pieces wrapper, it creates a Mayan ruby skull. Secret message meant to subliminally scare away people. The plot thickens, yes. The post before that has a link to the site that talks about how Earth has 4 corner stimulus simultaneously 4-day time cubes. 4 corner simultaneous 4-day time cubes. What the fuck is that? That doesn't make any sense to me. Faked proof that Ernie Madison Jr. actually had a heart condition and wasn't poisoned. The owner claims that although the proof looks quite credible, he knows that proof was fake because he's an expert at creating fake evidence. The first entry is from 1996 and has a blurry photo of the Rootree Candy Company factory seemingly taken by the website's author from behind a fence through some trees. It seems that Operation RT 29 is real. I witnessed a helicopter land on February 29th, 1996. Oh my gosh. Changing the candy recipe to include more chemicals. And it's possible to get away with nearly any crime on leap days, so long as it isn't discovered until after the day is over. They host a meeting every 4 years. Interesting. Polly, wonder what this actually is. Maybe it's just like a, not actually something poisonous. That just takes us back here. Oh wait, seems to be an emulsifier in chocolates approved by the FDA and widely used across many products. Ooh, Thomas Overwood. What does this even mean? I am so confused. Nothing relevant. Wait, you begin to read this site and come to the conclusion that the words "no relevant results" isn't a strong enough description for what you're seeing here. It's a massive column of technical terms that aren't real and confusing rants you can't find any meaning in. Regardless, it won't help with your search. That's fine. So we've got all the starred people, it looks like. Let's try to get 3 more and then call it here for today. Maybe if we could figure out who Clark is in those photos. Maybe there's more in her books, actually. We can try to Google him. I think they were saying that people without stars would be really hard to find. How do you spell his name? Raftery? A few fan sites for the band Jim and Diamond seem to mention that he used to make music with Clark Raftery. They mention an album called These Times. Ooh, that gave us something. A band called C&J and J&D released one single called These Times. Someone with the username Die Hard Dazzler scanned the cover and noted it cost him over $200 at auction. Apparently this was Jim Roottrees and Diamond LaRue's first song together. He also mentions it was performed with Jim's cousin and Diamond's sister, and that it was only somewhat similar to Jim and Diamond's later work. You can't find anything else about Die Hard Dazzler, the band, or the single, so that's all that's left to do is scan to your evidence after a blazing 35-minute download. So maybe that gives faces? So, presumably, Clark married at some point Diamond's sister? So she's gotta be the blonde. Wait, let's look at what... Because it was Raftery LaRue was a... We have, 2 of them, so they've got to have 2 kids. So Jane and Kim, one of those. What was... It was C and J, right? Yeah. Listed on a talent for hire site as a wedding singer. Way down in the credentials section of her biography, it mentions she got her start as a young girl when she was Jane LaRue of the Lucky LaRues. It also mentioned to only contact her agent in the event that you actually wish to hire her, and that any and all inquiries about her past or her sister would be ignored. Ugh. Yeah, I think that's probably a good place for her. And then they've got 2 girls, it looks like. So he was a singer. Oh wait, CJ. So this is not actually him. This is J and D. J and D. Oh, that's sneaky. C and J. C and J. That's so sneaky. Assuming that he's a musician. And then let's look at more of her. Yeah, I thought it was just flowers too. I don't know how I caught that. That was pretty fast for me catching that, I think. Proud of it. So we looked at this one, which talks about... Oh yeah, we could look at this Clance Trust. A streamer's big brain, thanks. Highly unusual corporate agreement named after Clancy Edward Roottree, who was Elias's son and the Roottrees Candy Company's head lawyer at the time. Fixed percentage of its profits are split every quarter amongst bank accounts representing each direct relative. The account is created for each blood relative at birth and first accessible when they reach 18. The actual numbers have never fully been disclosed to the public. The only information you discover from a university law school, which apparently had a guest lecture, talked about the Roottrees versus RR. You often find mentions to 5-piece guarantee. Look up both of those. Very few details about this particular incident with regards to the Clance Trust. A student that attended the lecture wrote the following on Legal Oddity's website. From what you can tell, RR attempted unsuccessfully to remove a fellow family member from the trust. It was said that RR attempted 2 arguments. First, the person in question was born out of wedlock, and second, they committed a significant crime against a fellow family member. Still, due to the ironclad wording of the Clance Trust, it was impossible to remove any direct descendant without completely dissolving the trust. No additional information. And the 5-piece guarantee. Yeah, I wonder. Not what I meant to do. The yearly salary of Roottrees president is always locked to the price of a single pack of 5 pieces. Interesting. When the 5-piece guarantee went into effect, this was 25 cents a year. Now it's closer to $4. Combined with the clan's trust, however, it makes a bit more sense. Elias wanted to ensure that only his direct relatives could afford to be president, and he knew that because their passive income was tied to the profits of the company, they could have a vested interest in keeping the company as profitable and successful as possible. Whether or not this was a smart or successful decision is widely debated both online and in person by economics enthusiasts of all levels of or expertise. That's insane. To only make $4 a year? But then I guess they've got the trust. That's really crazy. So that didn't give us too much. Still richer than most, yeah. Complaints. Only child. During the summer where I went to stay with her and Aunt Margot, I hoped she would be the sister I never had. Where is this? Where I went to stay with her. Who's her? Oh, Gwen? Went to stay with Gwen and Aunt Margot. So Gwen's mother was Margot? Right? Yes. Sister I never had, and that I'd do the same for her. Tried to dye my hair blonde to fit in with the two of them. What a mess, she just complained. To her, I was the lucky cousin. She gets to be in Starlit. Interesting. And tell tales of how gallivant around the world, kissing, blah blah blah. You're not a housewife, you're an author. But I guess that means all of them here, so she's housewife. She's housewife. She was blonde. Yep. So that's 1, 2. Wasn't there a third that I thought I had? Are they not blood relatives? He's a blood relative. Or does it not count because he's Raftery? Maybe that's it. It has to be Roottree in the last name. So that gives me only 2. Let's read more about Lauren because she doesn't have any sisters, so these are all guys. Dynasty. Clancy, Zach, Angie. Lots of names. To determine his successor. I wish I had been a fly on the wall that day. Clancy told me that everyone got quite heated. Granddad was furious none of his sons would take over as president. But that's what he gets for holding on to it for so long. With architects, preachers, and lawyers, nobody's got time for candy. So with the 5 pieces refusing to step up, it came down to us next gens. Pop argued at length that the company should stay with our branch of the family since we still have the Roottree name. I'm not even sure Clancy would have wanted it, but he's the one who volunteered. Instead, it ended up going to Zach, even though his surname doesn't match the candy. He's the firstborn son of the firstborn five-piece. I'm not sure how that's relevant to running a company, but Granddad had always been very particular. So Zach... I just gotta do it when we see it. Zach is here. Ah, they spell it with just a C, no H at the end, so it's gotta be Zachariah Morden, which was... yeah, that works. And then they were saying Angie, so this is Angie. So he's the second president? We don't have his picture, though. Okay, let's keep going through that. Yeah, the family is pretty big. I asked Clancy if it ever came up to that a woman could take... I asked Clancy if it ever came up that a woman could take over. After all, Angie's older than Zach. Oh. And I'm the next oldest of us all, but he just laughed. Okay, switch it up. Angie. Zach. But he just laughed. I'll never forget the cuss words Pops used when he told Ma it wouldn't go to us. Mother, ever the quick-witted, at least with catty remarks, countered, maybe they wanted to go to the only member of the family who looks like he samples the product. Not to be rude, but that's it. Yeah, she literally just called him fat. Oh yeah. Huge. Okay, there was a phone ringing. Let's answer that. And then we'll call it for the day.
So, you may have heard the news. Some of Carl's things
At least he
have
looks
gone
happy,
missing.
yeah.
That includes the pictures and mail I brought you earlier. I promise I didn't steal it. But I did borrow it. I'll return it once we're done. Let me deal with my family in the meantime.
Oh yeah, she's
I
definitely
guess that
related.
means I've officially confessed.
Yeah.
I'm a Roottrees.
Ooh.
I assure you I have a reasonable explanation for the secrecy. I'm about to do something big the family doesn't approve of. If you could just wait a little bit longer, I'll tell you more, in person. I'll return after 15 more blood relatives.
Dang. Good stuff. Okay, we'll continue with this tomorrow. This is actually really cool, and I'm loving it. The story is crazy. But yeah, we made some good progress. Look at all those yellows. 18 out of 33 for the next time she comes over. So cool. I'm really glad I'm playing this. I've been wanting to check it out for a while. Yeah, it really fits that we were in the detective uniform with, P as well. Oh, there's all this too. Cool. I'm excited. Well, I will see y'all tomorrow then. This was really fun. Thanks for detectivizing with me. Okay, I'll see you. Bye.